Hey Sagittarius, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is our weekly reading for June 1st through the 7th. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can reach out to me via the link in the description box below. But for the general collective, let's see what's going on with Sagittarius. Okay, today we are talking about someone who does it all. This is probably you. It might be someone close to you in your life that you are trying to support. Actually, I think for a lot of you that is the case. Someone that you care about very much. It's coming through pretty strongly. So I'll do my best to provide the interpretation from both perspectives. This Empress character is very accomplished, very creative, very self-possessed, and can really tackle anything that they want to in life. This might be like a polymath or a savant or someone who is just like highly capable. Because of this capability and the degree of success to which they find satisfaction exploring multiple interests, they tend to be very busy with a lot of different types of... How can I hold this? Sorry, I'm seeing how I can hold it without casting a shadow on my face. I don't love my lighting setup right now. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, getting distracted. They take on so much because they are able to, and they find fulfillment in a lot of different arenas. So I don't get the impression that this is a problem per se. But the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck indicates an ending of sorts for a certain course of action. So this may be recognizing a closing window of opportunity to enjoy doing a certain thing, creating a certain thing before that opportunity is no longer available, and really trying to tap into every bit of potential that exists in the environment before that window of opportunity closes. Or it may just be making a choice to end a chapter in life. Like, I'm thinking of like when an actress announces that they are retiring from acting. And they have other things going on in their life. Maybe they have a film production company that they own, and they want to get more involved in executive producing, or maybe they've directed a few projects and they want to transition into directing. It has that feeling to it when I'm tapping into your energy. So again, this is either you or your partner, I think. It could be your parent, but it feels closer than that. Like this is a daily topic in your life. So what's the challenge that Sagittarius is working through? What are we held up on right now? Oh, not wanting to take the leap into something new. Okay. We have the Five of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, so you might be spending the necessary time to process a loss, grieving something that's leaving your life. Oh, this ending, of course. The ending that we're talking about, that represents a sort of loss. Even a successful actress who's retiring at the top of her game, who wants to transition into doing something else, feeling like the time has come, like they don't really want to be acting anymore, would also have a sense of nostalgic separation. Like, oh, that's something that there are a lot of aspects of this that's become such an entrenched part of my life that I'm going to miss now. So, because of that feeling of remaining in the Five of Cups energy, keeping you from taking the leap into whatever the new chapter is going to represent, there's something to address before you'll actually free up whatever energy is tangled right now. Like, all the potential is there, it just feels tangled. I don't know if that's making sense, but that's like, it's almost like someone needs to take their concerns and their understanding of their life and what they liked about their life and what they're letting go of, and it's like this tangled up, like a bunch of charging cables that you've stuck in a drawer. And in order to make use of it, you need to spend the time and or a bunch of necklaces that are you can't wear the necklaces, you can't use the charging cables, you can't live that path of your life until you untangle, tease out your understanding of it, take the time to reminisce. I'm getting spirit encouraging something like going to a shoebox of memories and having a whole experience of diving into the emotion of that whole journey. Not just celebrating it, but spend a weekend reliving it in a sense. Bring it back to life, revisit those memories, step back into them. Like, give them a curtain call. Do you know what that means? It's like at the end of a play when all the actors come out to greet the audience and relish in the applause and wave and thank everybody for coming and just feel that the waves of appreciation and pleasure that they have brought to the audience being showered back and reflected back upon them. And I think that Spirit is encouraging you to do something like this about that ending that's occurring as a way to exercise the latent energy, but there's so much positivity there that's kind of being held on to. Like, you don't want to let go of the good stuff, but you have to recognize and release and acknowledge all the reasons why this is coming to an end in order to free the good stuff. And a helpful exercise might be something like, or akin to, if you have like memorabilia and photographs and I don't know, making a weekend of it or making a night of it, being very cozy and enjoying it, and like maybe even gathering friends who care about you, or you and your partner, or just you alone. It doesn't have to be amongst others, but it feels very cozy, very heartwarming, very happy. And it's not, well, whatever emotions are going to surface, let them surface. But what Spirit is giving me a snapshot of what's possible is a very heartwarming and what's the feeling that I'm heart expanding. It feels very like blossoming the heart space open and getting this overwhelming sense of anything's possible. It's like I freaking nailed that season of my life, and it was amazing, and I'm so glad that it happened. But it's not just intellectually remembering it, it's bringing those feelings to life in a big celebratory, going out with a bang sort of way. Okay, let's see your focus. What are we focused on? What has Sag's attention? Five of Wands. The predominant aspect of this that's coming through is struggle. Red tape. It's like, oh, I get this. Okay. Whatever this person has been doing, if that's you or your partner, is so second nature that it comes really easily. And there's this sense of anything other than that feeling like it could be mentally confusing because you're having to learn new skills or a new routine or follow new rules. It could be practically, physically challenging because you're needing to move your body in a different way, learn new like physical skills. Even something like learning a new route to work. It feels spatial. I'm getting like a fencing analogy where like if this new path that you're taking requires you to have the skill of sword play, then it's like a highly skilled an ability that requires a lot of practice and skill. And feeling new after such a long period of being like at the top of your game, like an expert, there's frustration that goes along with that. And a lot of self-doubt creeps in because of that. Like, what am I doing? I suck at this. So the extra pressure, because it's been a while that you don't feel this requirement to struggle. There's also the element of needing to prove yourself. You're unproven in this field, in this new course of action. You're a nobody in this field of action. And I'm not saying that as a put down. I'm trying to express, like when I'm tapping into Sagittarius energy, this is the self-talk. This is the inner narrative that I'm picking up on. It's like, you could have made a name for yourself in the thing that is your main gig or the thing that's ending. And then this new thing that you're taking on feels very like nobody knows your name. It would be like, what? I don't know. Someone changing fields and not being known. Okay. Show me the energy of the recent past that plays into this story. We have the Page of Cups. This is the version of you that really loved this part of your life that's now coming to a close. When you were new to it, when it was fresh and exciting, and you were emotionally enriched through the immersion and the experience of doing this thing. Through time, you still love it, but it's so so much a force of habit now. The Eight of Pentacles, it's like it's routine. This is my routine. I wake up, I go to set, I run my lines, I show up, I hit my marks, I emote, whatever, this process of acting. This is the version of Sagittarius who was like, I just got, what's the word for that? Hired for my first gig, or this is my shot. Your first commercial, your first feature film. It's the exciting part of it when it was fresh and new, and that part of you is still in there. What's the higher self perspective? Show me how Sagittarius's spirit support team is seeing all of this. Hanged Man. Yeah, they really want you to review. Like, they're not gonna let you move forward for your own good until you take the time to really immerse yourself and take a good hard look at something. So I think we're referring back to how they were encouraging you to take out the shoebox of memories and relive, dive into it. But it could be something else, something that you need to study, something that you need to learn. It's going to require your utmost focus. And because we have this Two of Pentacles here, demonstrating the aspect of trying to do it all. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this other thing. It may be that Spirit is highlighting that you're going to learn to do one thing at a time and do it your very best. Let me get clarity on that. I feel like there's more to that message. Oh. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What else? Yeah, turning back the clock is coming through. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Six of Swords. Interesting. So it's like, if this feels like a trip down memory lane that might be painful. It might be painful for you to relive some things that you'd rather gloss over because there was hardship, or because there were toxic elements that you had to live through. It's something like you need to go back in order to move forward, but not physically or practically. It's like mentally and emotionally more than anything else. It needs your focus. Maybe It's something you need to process. Like your luck won't turn around until you let yourself remember the difficult times and integrate that. That could be part of it. Okay. Let's see what's coming up in the near future. More 5 energy. Lots of upheaval and change. The 5 of Swords is disagreement. Can be... there is disagreement, but it's a misunderstanding. There's confusion. There's pieces of information. There's multiple people involved in a situation, and they've each taken a really hard stance toward this topic, but they each only have pieces of information. It's not even like pieces of the truth. It's just they only know part of the story, like a very small part of the story. I don't even think that these people have any right to more information, but somehow, like, the solution doesn't feel like giving everybody all the information so that they see the complete picture. It's like it's not relevant to them. It's none of their business. So you might have people inserting themselves into other people's business because they have become privy to some piece of information and they feel as though they just must speak on it. It feels like the best thing to do here is to stay centered, let them think what they think. We have strength at the bottom of the deck here. Like, tolerate the confusion. Like, let it blow right past you. Let them misunderstand you. They're not going to understand you no matter what you say. And they're really minor characters in this plot. So whatever conversation occurs that feels like maybe this could blow up, this could come to a head, or maybe I should apply myself and try to solve this, or if you have a sense of needing to correct people who have a false assumption about you or about a situation, first pause, take a step back and think, what is there to gain for anybody in this situation by talking about it any further? Do these people need a sense of closure and a sense of understanding about what's going on? Or will they probably just go on about their lives and forget about this in a few days? Like, if it's really not their business, let them be confused, let them misunderstand. It's not worth the effort or frustration. Your surprise energy is the 4 of Pentacles paired with the Knight of Cups in reverse. Someone is going to try to hold on, but the emotion is gone. The love that was once there is now just going through the motions. So there's nothing left to hold on to. They're going to try. This could be like a co-star inviting the actress out for drinks and really trying to convince them to stay in the game. There's this new project coming up and I really want you for it. It would be so perfect. I've already talked to the producers and the director. They are all on board. They say that the role is yours. I remember you telling me that you'd always want to sink your teeth into a role like this, and you'd really just be perfect for it. Don't give up now, and blah blah blah, and you're gonna miss it when it's gone. There's something that this Empress character is like, not just 1 foot out the door, she's like walked through the door and closed the door behind her. But this Knight of Cups still wants things to be like it was before, and they're almost not acknowledging their own going through the motions sensibility. There's something else. There's ulterior motive why they're holding on. It's probably money. Yeah, I'm getting strong confirmation that it's not like overtly money grubbing behavior. I think they think that there's true emotion behind it. There probably is intertwined with it. There's complexity there. But someone's not going to want to let this end without a fight. But their fight, their attempt to hold on, it's hollow. That might have something to do with this argument. It might not be so much of an argument as like a, come on, don't do this. Like expressing a different viewpoint and insisting that you hear them out and trying to convince you to think a different way. That sort of disagreement. Let's see your hopes and fears. We have the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this is like that quality that we were discussing at the beginning of this reading with the Empress. Like, I can do anything. I can be successful in anything. When I step out into whatever arena I want to be in, all eyes on me, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be the winner. It's this confidence. It's exuding capability and creativity. It attracts, it's a very magnetic energy. It attracts, well, everything. Opportunities, eyeballs, attention. I mean, eyeballs like people looking at you. And then the addition of this energy, the Knight of Swords here at the bottom of the deck, feels like this is your truth. This is your chosen course of action. You have a sense of certainty and conviction about deciding on a course of action based on this sense of belief in yourself. I do think there's a component of feeling like your luck may be running out. If you value your something that diminishes over time. So your youth, your strength, physical strength, perhaps it's like singing ability, but much later on in life when the voice starts to go out. Yeah. There's a worry or an acknowledgement, realization that that fire that burns within you, that's so exciting and fulfilling and fuels your creative pursuits, is something that will eventually run out of fuel. And it's not in like a negative sense, but in a, we all live one lifetime and we have one body to live in sort of a way. So you may be like wanting to fit in as much expansive experience in all these different areas before your body doesn't allow you to do it anymore. Show me the end result that Sagittarius is headed for. No, I took one that didn't fall, and I don't think that it's part of the reading. Let me see. Yeah, this is the one. I'll show you what fell just in case it's relevant to your situation, and perhaps it'll come up as I'm interpreting. The one that is the message that actually fell, it jumped out of the deck, was the Wheel of Fortune. The one that, so as I was shuffling, it just sort of it didn't turn over, and it separated itself from the deck a little bit, but it didn't fall out. I took it out thinking that it was meant for the reading, but when I saw it, it didn't resonate at all. So I realized that this isn't the one that Spirit meant for this position. But just in case it's relevant for you, I don't like to like mention something in a reading and not show it to you guys. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That can be about not having resources, keeping your money to yourself, keeping your resources or your homemaking ability to yourself, no longer mothering other people. This can be cutting off a child who is overly reliant on you. Can be any of those sorts of things. But again, most of you disregard that. It's not part of the reading. The message here that you're headed towards is Wheel of Fortune energy, and that's an up-leveling, getting on the merry-go-round for another cycle in life, but with an upgraded, new, fresh experience. There's a strong sense of excitement along with this. Very, like, not carnival, amusement park sort of energy, but the excitement, jovial, adrenaline rush sort of energy. And the comparison that I want to draw is to that analogy that I've been using all along of like an actor or an actress. And forgive me if I think actress might be like an outdated gendered term. I know everyone of any gender is an actor, so that excitement before you go out on stage or before a performance, before a filming session or whatever they're called. You're going to have that back in this new pursuit. And I'm being called back to this, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse that came through to clarify the Hanged Man. Whatever it is that your attention is being demanded from, or by, I should say, that's requiring you to like reconnect with some toxic emotions or like emotions about toxic things that didn't go the way that you wanted them to go. It's an okay, what you're heading toward is a chance to do things again in a better way. And that doesn't mean reconnecting with toxic people from the past. But imagine you had a job in a certain field where you had really toxic coworkers and they made it miserable for you and it was one of the worst experiences of your life, and you swore to yourself, I'm never going to work in that industry again. This would be like finding a new employer who does things totally differently and they don't allow jerks on the team, and you're getting another chance to do something that you once really loved, but other people ruined it for you. So another chance at it in a better environment, an uplifted, elevated experience, energetically speaking. It's really positive. I like it very much. So whatever you are, like you're trying to do it all, you're trying to expand, you're trying to reach into new genres of life, this is going to feel so exciting and fresh and new and expansive. And sometimes I assume that these things can go unsaid, but in this instance, Spirit's really asking me to say the obvious with the Wheel of Fortune, is that this is very aligned with your soul's path, and that things are going to unfold in a very fortunate way for you. You're not going to experience a lot of roadblocks, a lot of setbacks. Things are just going to progress very smoothly. And any challenges that you face are only going to be for your own like edification and learning, so that you really master this new path that you're on, because you want to master it. You want to get to the top of that field. Okay. Your advice is, we're circling back to the energy of focus, but this is an expanded focus. The Hanged Man, which is something that you are already on track to experience, is this sort of narrowing of the focus into one specific thing to get what you need to get from it, learn what you need to learn, feel what you need to feel. It's probably something that you've been avoiding, right? The Hermit is this zoomed out perspective, getting some distance from it, opening up your perspective to consider other factors. If you're too close to a situation that you can't see the forest for the trees, get away, try to look at it from another angle, back up, get some objectivity here. There's something that you may be missing because you're too close to the situation. I think you also are very keyed into, unfailingly so, your own sense of destiny, like what you're meant for, what feels right to you. And Spirit's encouraging you to don't doubt that. The lantern that the Hermit is holding represents their own personal truth, their destiny. The star card is inherently like inside the lantern, your fate, your destiny, something that inspires hope naturally when you think about it. So you're already locked into whatever that is for you, and Spirit wants you to keep sight of it. You're on the right track. So Sagittarius, I hope that helps. Have a great week, and I'll see you back next time. Bye.